Right, Alan Cumming, you play Eli Gold on The Good Wife. How do you describe your character to people who are new to the show?
I describe him as a political operative, coiled spring, repressed Jew in a suit.
Nice.
Well, you joined the show as a guest star last year, and you received an Emmy nomination for that guest starring role. How is it to join a show that's already in progress with the cast and the ensemble and so forth?
Well, it could have been kind of, odd, because it's quite weird coming into something that everyone's established in and they know the ropes and everything, and you're just. And at the time, I wasn't coming in. I wasn't coming into. I was only coming in for a few episodes, but I knew quite a lot of them already. I knew Juliana and Christine and stuff, and so I didn't feel quite like so much like the outsider. But they were really nice, really welcoming, and then quite quickly it appeared that they wanted Eli to carry on. So that was nice. And so it was this kind of thing. I didn't really. For me, it was sort of. I'd never seen the show. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really want to do it. I was very like, what's this? And I remember there's a bus stop outside my apartment. I had Juliana's face on it. That's all I knew about the show. And then, but my team of top advisors were very right in saying I should do it. And then I kind of I stayed on, and I really enjoyed the fact that the character developed in that way. And I really like him. I really think he's great. I love playing him.
Yeah. Well, and then you got an Emmy nomination out of it. I know this is an obvious question because you're going to say, yeah, it was really lovely, it was an honour, but really, what does it feel like to be told you've been nominated by the TV Academy in the Guest Actor category? That's got to be pretty exciting, right?
It is exciting. Again, it was something I wasn't really prepared for, and but it's also nice because so many of. Like now, I know a bit more about it, and I know so many people who vote and things. You hear people talking about it at work, and that's so it's from people who work in the industry and who are valuing their peers' work, and I think that's always really nice to think that the people that you work alongside are voting for you. I like that, and it was really fun. I mean, I really and my category last year was so full of people that I really admired. So that was nice. Of course, I didn't win. It's showbiz.
Yeah, John Lithgow took you down last year.
Yeah. I know. Do you know what? Last year I was on the red carpet, the thing, and the guest star one's done the week before at the Creative Emmys. So when I was at the Emmys, I was on the red carpet. And I knew I hadn't won, and this lady was asking me, what I was wearing and everything. And then she said, and you haven't won today. What a shame you haven't won. I went, I know, that talentless biatch, John Lithgow, won. And she didn't find it funny at all. She didn't laugh. And it was just like, it'll cut to Simon. Over to you, Simon. And then I saw John later in this bar place, and I said, gosh, John, if any of your friends tell you they saw me on television calling you a talentless biatch, I hope you understand it was a jest.
Well, he proved on Dexter, and you may have to take this to heart as Eli Gold, you have to be even more villainous and more ruthless because he was a serial killer as the winner last year.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious if Eli Gold turned out to be a serial killer. That's probably season 5.
Yeah, maybe we look forward to that in the future. But for the meantime, you're now in the supporting actor category. We're an awards website, Alan, so we normally talk about awards and stuff like that. And you've got to pick, one of your best episodes if you happen to be nominated. A lot of people think that you're quite a good contender for that category. Have you got any episode highlights in mind? Because if you don't, we've got some suggestions.
Well, I don't actually, because they said, you have to choose an episode to submit it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't have a TV, and I had to get all discs of them from the Good Wife offices because I didn't actually have them, on my TV or anything because I don't have one. So and then they said, you don't have to pick one unless you get nominated. I was like, phew. So tell me your suggestions.
Well, look, straight off the bat, I reckon the episode called Silver Bullet, which really has you, most of your interplay with America Ferrera. It's where you, it's really the first one where you really get to see Eli in a different kind of context, and he's softer and caring, and You get to play a lot of different kinds of shades of his character. What was it like working with America?
She's great. I loved her. Yeah, I really liked her, and I love the way that story developed. And I hope that there'll be more, maybe more America, but definitely more of Eli's, personal life, because it's. I mean, I like the way the character, for me as well as I think for the audience too. It's nice that the way it sort of unfolds. There's all these. Suddenly he has a daughter, and this, he's got this ex-wife is mentioned stuff. So that was really great. What was that called? I'm going to write that down.
That was called Silver Bullet.
What was that called?
Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet. And if that's not to your liking, I reckon Killer Song is another good one, which also involves you and America and her father and the deportation case. Remember that one?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I saw that.
That's a really good
Killer
one.
what?
Killer Song.
Killer
Song.
Oh, Killer Song. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, about the guy who had written the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. So that's done for you.
Which is the one where I strangled the head of the Democratic Committee? Is that one of those? I just love that so much.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's the third to last episode. I can't remember the name, but that's towards the end. But that's pretty good because that's one of our questions actually. You do a lot of your scenes with Chris Noth as well, and he was kind of absent for a part of the season, but most of your scenes you've done with him. And had you known him before? Because you've got really good chemistry on screen.
I did know Chris, just been out and about and at parties and things, so that's our chemistry kind of, I'm also, I think, I'm very, kind of, I joke with him and on the set and keep it kind of funny because he sometimes comes on and is like, oh, what's this scene? And I'm like, have you read the script? And tell him, and I have to sort of say, because I remember, I just wish they'd shoot things in chronological order. I'm like, you've been on television since 1912. Have they ever shot anything in chronological order? So you have a good laugh like that.
Well, speaking of awards, we didn't want to get out of here without talking about the Tony Awards from 1998 when you won Best Actor for Cabaret. Take us back to that particular night and what that meant to you and what that meant to your career.
Oh, well, it's funny because it was just the Tony Awards the other night, and I didn't see them all, but I started to watch a little bit before I went to work, and it was just terrifying. It's terrifying because you have to perform live, and I hate it. It was awful. It's so scary, and I just don't know. It just seems I was overwhelmed by the whole thing, and so when I won, it was kind of a relief that the whole process was over, actually. And then, of course, they said, oh, you have to. If you win now, you have to do it really quickly because we're running out of time. And so anyone who wins in the last three awards has to, make their speeches very good. So I re-edited my speech in my head, and then when they called my name, I ran to the stage, and galloped up the steps, and Annette Bening was giving it to me, and I still had my bottle of water in my hand that I'd been slurping in my seats. And so I came out and I was like, oh. Give Annette Bening my water and took the Tony. So it was sort of stressful. But I mean, I think, it was that whole experience for me was a really great thing, coming to live in New York, and that show, really hit a chord with people. So it was and it was not, I think when it's the biggest thing about winning a big award is that will forever be your prefix. That's what I think is really funny. Whenever I go, I'm Tony winner Alan Cumming. And I actually liked last year's Emmy nominee. I just thought I had a nice ring to it. Emmy nominee.
It does. Well, I think there might be a double Emmy nominee. I think we're going to be adding in a word to it. I really do. And a lot of people agree with me. And if that's the case, you're going to be terrified all over again, Alan. You're going to have to prepare yourself. Thankfully, it's towards the beginning of the ceremony. You won't have to re-edit your speech if you win. So I think we need to prepare yourself. But yeah.
I wanted to mention one other thing. You don't mind, I wanted to mention one other thing in your career. I watch the Kennedy Center Honors every year, and I remember soon after Cabaret, you're there in Washington as part of the presentation to Kander and Ebb, and I heard there was a really good story about you might not have made it to the ceremony that night. Yeah, well,
I was still performing in Cabaret on Broadway, and they wouldn't let me. I had to do the Sunday matinee. They wouldn't let me have the Sunday matinee off. So I had to fly we had to get to the airport and fly there after the matinee, and we missed the plane I was supposed to get, and I got on the next one. So I knew I was going to be late. So I was kind of anxious, and I stood at the very front of the plane right as the door was opening, because I knew I'd have to kind of really be quick. And there was this thing that said if you don't get there before the president, they shut the doors, you know. And I was opening the whole show, so the doors of the plane opened, and I was standing there, and there's these two big FBI men, and they went, "Alan, Cumming!" I was like, "Here I am!" And they grabbed me and started running with me. It was really like in a movie, and they ran down up escalators and then pushed me into this car and zoomed along the motorway, and like cars were going up off the sides away from us, and all kind of, and there's a siren and everything. It was so exciting, and at one point I thought, who are these people? They could just be anyone. I just got into this car with these two men in suits. and then we got to the Kennedy Center, and they were so happy to have got me there in time. They got out, and their friends were like, well done, you got there. And then, of course, it was one of those cars, because they normally have criminals, I suppose, in the back. The doors wouldn't open, or I suppose the child lock was on. So I was inside the car. Like, they'd actually got me there. I was like that. And finally they saw me and let me in, and I had to like, oh, hang on. Sorry, that's my phone. Sorry. So that was that. I got there, but that was stressful as well. It was a lot of stress. And then the funniest thing was I met afterwards. I met Henry Kissinger, right, which is not something I ever thought would happen in my life. And he's about. I went, oh hi, I'm Alan Cumming. I know who you are, young man. So then I said, could I have a photo with you? I never ask for photos, but I had this plan. So I had this photo with Henry Kissinger. We both looked like nuclear war has been announced. We were like, and I made it into a Christmas card. And it's me and Henry Kissinger. It says, happy holiday. Peace on earth, love Alan and Henry.
Nice. That's perfect.
Well, I'm going to tell you, in the 30 plus years of the Kennedy Center Honors, that moment with both you and Joel Grey out on stage together is just one of my favorites.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good. It was a fun yet stressful evening. But we all manage our stress in different ways.
That's right. Well, anyway, I hope you manage your stress this coming July when the nominations are announced, and we wish you all the best, Alan. We really do. Good luck for the Emmys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to talk to you.
You too.